Hello, and a very warm welcome to Friday night's live edition of Nightshift, broadcasting to you live from our lovely studios here in the beautiful village of Agismateus on the wonderful Ionian island of Corfu, Greece. And as always, I'm very lucky to be joined in the studio with by both Thomas and Wayne. Hello, Wayne.
Hello, Adrian. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
I'm very good, thank you very much. Hello, Thomas. How are you today?
Hello, everybody. Kalumina. Have a great day, great month.
Yes.
I'm fantastic.
Yeah.
It's Christmas, 1st of December. It's Christmas.
Hooray.
Christmas started. Christmas is coming.
Yes.
First chocolate out of the calendar. Eaten.
Really? You have an advent calendar? How splendid.
Of course, yeah. I got one sent from my mother-in-law. Lorraine, thank you.
Oh.
And yeah, seriously.
That's great.
Nice.
So, did you have a good day today, Thomas?
Oh, fantastic day. Run around, made sure everything is secure in the garden, nothing can fly around, but the storm we have at the moment, come on. Whoa.
Yeah.
So it's a
Quite
little bit
storm,
going
isn't
on.
it?
Sorry?
It's quite a storm, isn't it?
Oh, it's terrible at the moment. Yeah, it's alright, but it's part of island life.
Exactly. It's
See,
very dramatic.
Exactly, dramatic.
It's incredibly dramatic, because today, where I am, the sea disappeared. It was there 1 minute, and 5 minutes later, when I looked out the window, it had completely gone. It was enveloped by a very menacing, dark, black cloud. Oh, it was extraordinarily dramatic, but suddenly there was no view, there was nothing. Just me and the cat and the house, and there you go. But as you say, it's all very atmospheric.
Very atmospheric, yeah. Very dramatic. And,
it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, necessary. Come on, we can't have sunshine all the time.
No, we can't. No,
No,
I mean,
we can't.
nothing.
Well,
We're not too
like
sure
to.
about that one, but
We'd love to, but I mean, the thing is, I mean, obviously, this island is, it's green.
exactly. And we need the rain to make it lush,
Exactly.
which
Make
it is.
it nice and lush.
Oh, it's one of the lushest islands you could possibly imagine. It's lush in all ways, I have you know.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, excellent, guys. No, your days were alright. You sat on your balcony? Well, tried to.
Well, no, not today. I think I'd have been slightly wet today, but inside, and still soak it all up, literally soak it all up, as it were.
Yeah.
No, but every day on Corfu is lovely to be here.
Exactly.
No moans from me on that one.
No.
No moans from me on that one.
Shall I kick off with some local news?
If I can get the headphones on, yeah, you can. Okay, now I'm ready, man. Sorry.
That's all right.
Well, okay, then the first thing what we're doing is
I was
local
gonna
news,
do-
weather warning.
Oh, yes, weather warning again today.
And Marossi saying be
Yes.
careful of branches coming off trees, and that really
Yep.
materialized today, didn't it?
It did, yes, really did.
It's what
Hit
terrible.
hard.
Yeah, hit hard. Still, the worst is not over. They say it's more to come.
Yep.
We got a few messages in from people who say, okay, we up north, Roda, as example, they have no electricity for the last 12 hours,
Oh,
so they have no idea what's going on.
Wow.
Nasty.
They think down in the south, also some power cuts. It's on and off all over the island, but some areas are hit worse than others.
Yeah.
No, so, but be careful, guys, when you're out there. If you don't need to drive necessarily somewhere, then I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Very good advice, Thomas.
That's very good advice, yeah. I mean, the engineers must be really rushed off their feet at the moment, though.
Everywhere I saw today, fire department going constantly. So it just must be, it's hard.
Yeah.
And it's natural, come on.
Yeah. it
On
is.
an island, we're a little bit unprotected. There's more coming over from the mainland. So, will be interesting.
Well, that's one word for it.
Okay, cool. Then, let's kick off with more local news.
So, kind of referring to the weather that we're having, the municipal theatre today,
Yeah.
that's had a flood. It's had a backstage flood.
Oh, not the theatre.
The theatre has, yes.
Oh.
So the scenery got damp, and the floor obviously got wet. But there was a Askatiki was scheduled to be performed tonight by the National Theatre of Northern Greece.
Oh.
They couldn't make the press conference today because no ferries running to
Egominitzer.
That's it, Egominitzer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, we got a picture up now from the theater backstage.
Yeah.
Now, courtesy Anime Rossi. So, guys, there's English speaking. It's a Greek speaking. It's the island's biggest newspaper, but they have an English section every day. Also on Facebook. Just log on to animerossi.com. You will get all the stories, island related, on this website.
Yeah, I can see there that that's come down.
Yeah, it's backstage. I mean, we know this backstage well, Adrian, don't we?
Yes, we've had the pleasure to be there. I think it was 2014 December when I was treading the boards along with a lot of other lovely actresses and actors in a Christmas show. But it was a great theatre, lovely atmosphere there. Although I would have to say it was a little bit chilly.
Oh right, okay. Most theatres are, to be honest.
That's true.
The only time you ever find that the theatre ever gets warmed up is when you have ballerinas around. It's true. It is very true, because they won't dance if the temperature is below a certain point because of their muscles.
Muscles and ligaments.
So it's always handy to have a ballerina in a play.
Within a play, yeah, because
Right.
you get your theatre warmed up a little bit.
Thank you for that handy tip.
That's okay. We used to have to get these like jet heaters in.
Really?
You ever seen them?
No.
Oh, okay. They're like basically like a jet engine.
Good grief.
That heats up vast spaces very quickly. Yeah. So we'd hire them in, you see, to then warm up for the ballerinas.
And they're perfectly safe. I mean,
oh yes, perfectly safe.
Even if you stood behind them.
I wouldn't stand too close to them, obviously, but...
I was just thinking of the jet planes taking off from Corfu Airport. You have to be very careful with those.
It's a heating cannon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a heating cannon.
Like a heating cannon.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
That warms your space up very quick, especially big spaces. They use it in warehouses.
That's right, yeah.
And things, so because it's a big area, you need to warm up properly.
Sounds a great idea.
But that's from the municipal theatre today. It's been flooded, which is a shame.
What a shame.
So I hope that the performance is going to carry on tonight. I do hope it is, or it has. It probably has.
The technical team of the municipal theatre, they're quite switched on, and it's a big theatre to run. So they have solutions. They're working hard. The guys are excellent in there. Definitely.
That's good.
Definitely.
And going on. The next thing is the Smile of the Child, which is an organisation that basically gets collections of necessary foodstuffs and basic necessities for the number of families who can't cover their basic needs within Greece. So they're collecting, and I believe...
here's the collection. Van quick on screen.
Yep.
So... It's in spite of the difficulty, the Smile of the Children has been able to continue its work with the upcoming Christmas.
That's it.
But they would like to ask everyone to support this initiative, bearing in mind that the number of families who can't even cover their basic needs is increasing dramatically.
Yeah.
So there is something. We got any more details?
There is an address. If you go to the Anime Rossi
Anime Rossi's newspaper, they have the address on the bottom.
They have the address on the bottom. Also, what they're asking for is things like rice, beans, pulses, oil, that sort of thing. So, the usual kind of things. But also things like sanitary products.
Sanitary and to do with babies, baby cream, baby milk.
Baby cream, nappies, that kind of thing.
And all this thing, I mean, I got the address here quickly. This is the Corfu Support Center for Children and Families at the Bella Constrizza Road, Alikes Patumu, Corfu. A telephone number, if it's interesting, I just shout this out quickly. If anybody wants to call them, it's 26610 80368. So just in case you haven't got it, because I was too quick, again the telephone number is 26610 80368. So, but if you go onto the animerossi.com website, there's also an English button, so you don't have to struggle with the Greek if you don't speak like we do. And we speak nothing. Okay, go on there and click on the English button. You get the English translation instantly. On the bottom of the page is the contact details for that event. Excellent. Okay.
Yes.
And that's it?
Mm-hmm.
Any more?
No, that was it. That was it for today.
Okay,
yes.
Excellent. So weather warning is still in place
yes.
for Corfu, of course, and the Ionian Islands. So people, if you have to go out, be careful, because a falling tree or just a heavier branch of a tree can do you great damage.
Or if there's any other debris that's flying about as well.
Absolutely. If anyone out there knows of any roads that are closed or there are branches down, don't hesitate to let us know here so we can pass the information on.
That's very good. Yes.
Definitely. Yeah, and if you know about anything what just happened on Corfu, or you have a weather update for us, please don't hesitate. Get in contact with us. Send us a message via Facebook Messenger. Go to Skype. Username is StudioKerkyra, or just simply send us an email, nightshift@studiokerkyra.com. And that brings us on to you, Adrian.
Well, tonight's international news, as we say. I've got 3 stories tonight because it's Friday night, and why not?
Why not, indeed.
So, sorry. The first one comes from the United Kingdom, and it's a story about helicopters. Not just your average helicopter, but police helicopters, to be precise in this case. The information was recently released from Her Majesty's Inspector of Constabulary. Now, you may wonder who they are. They're the people who actually keep an eye on the police, would you believe? And they revealed quite a dramatic fall in the use of police helicopters in England and Wales, which are run by the National Police Air Service. The flying hours between 2009 and 2016 have nearly halved. And somewhat rather staggeringly, there were almost 25,000 missions that were halted in mid-flight.
Wow.
Well, that sounds quite extraordinary to me. I mean, gosh, the poor old helicopter pilots wouldn't know whether they were coming or going with all that. But during this period, of course, the actual cost of flying hours has nearly doubled. And the numbers of police helicopters covering the whole of England and Wales has fallen from a number of 33 down to 19.
Okay.
That's a loss of 14 helicopters.
That is, yeah.
Well,
yes, and accordingly, the average response times have also varied dramatically. Latest figures suggest that you better cross your fingers and pray, I think, in Cumbria, because the Cumbrian police force, sadly, have the worst average response time at the moment in the United Kingdom, and that is an average of 1 hour.
Whoa.
Which is a little bit worrying, but we go to the best, which comes from the Metropolitan Police in London, and their best time averaged only 10.5 minutes.
That's very good.
Which is amazing, isn't it?
That is.
Absolutely. Now, here's the good news, guys, and you'll like this one, because guess what?
Yeah.
This is another drone story, because it's drones to the rescue.
Drones to the rescue. You're really into your drones at the moment, aren't you? What's happened?
Drones?
Yes,
Yeah,
well, we're trying
know.
to put a positive spin on drones, because I read a lot of negativity about them, and quite
okay.
right too, with the danger imposed on airlines, aircraft. There's been a big thing of that, and they're very worried about that.
Yeah, of course.
So it's nice to always find a positive spin on something that's rapidly becoming possibly a despised thing. So there are good uses for drones, as you're discovering here by watching and listening to Nightshift, live to you every weekday evening from Corfu. So the sheer cost of using these helicopters has led many forces to use unmanned aircraft and drones, as I was saying. And a further review is being carried out, and they look to further reform the service. Durham Constabulary has just bought a drone, just a single drone, for £1,450. That struck me as quite a lot, Thomas. €1,600, that is.
No, it depends on. It really depends on what's drone, to be honest.
Well, that I don't know. I dare say that's police classified information. But the best is from Surrey and Sussex police forces that combined themselves together, and they spent a total of £300,000, which is roughly €268,000, on 5 unmanned aircraft.
Okay, so that's quite a lot. That's,
yes.
Well, that's nearly 40,000 each, isn't it?
That seems rather a lot, but unmanned aircraft, they're not drones, so maybe these are slightly more advanced. But it does seem in the UK that police helicopters seem to be
thing of the past.
Yes, changing to drones and unmanned aircraft.
But I can understand why, because it does cost a lot of money to run a helicopter.
Absolutely. Costs have doubled in the last few years.
Yeah.
Quite horrifying,
The fuel
actually.
on its own is huge,
But
plus the maintenance costs.
Absolutely.
Plus the crew.
Yes.
You are talking about a lot of money, whereas with a drone you can almost do the same sort of thing, but with just a bloke and a remote control drone, can't you?
Yeah.
Surely.
Yes.
Just a bloke and a remote control drone.
No doubt a highly skilled bloke with a drone.
Highly skilled bloke, yeah. But a bloke or lady, I should say, or lass. Sorry.
Got yourself nicely out of that one.
Dig myself into a real big hole. A bloke or lady, or I don't know. But somebody. Maybe a police dog. Maybe you can train a police dog to do it as well.
Flying police dog? No, I don't know about that. But I do remember hearing about helicopters that you have to spend something like 20 hours of maintenance and service to get 2 hours flying out of them, something like that.
Yep. They have to be checked every. I think I'm right in saying that they have to be checked every time they go out and do a flight and then come back, and then they have to be checked again.
I'm sure that's the case. So, looks like drones are coming to the service of the police force. Yes, rescue again.
How brilliant.
It is rather, Thomas,
I think
isn't it?
so. Yeah.
Our next story comes from, surprise, surprise, India again. We're doing a lot of stories from India. I don't know why. No reason for that. Just the luck of the draw.
Okay.
Tonight's story comes from southern India, a city called Bangalore, or Bengaluru, as it's now called, I think, which sits on the Deccan Plateau, which, incidentally, in case you want to know, is 3,000 feet above sea level.
Wow.
So that's quite a high place, isn't it?
That is a high place, yeah.
And tonight's story concerns a man who, his name is Vasudev Nanaya, and this is extraordinary, I think, over a 4-month period, this chap stole 120 television sets from budget hotels across the country.
120 televisions?
Yes. Sounds extraordinary, doesn't it? Police said that he always checked in with, quote, a fairly large suitcase. I should think he'd have to have.
That's brilliant.
He was caught last October stealing a hotel TV, and he was out on bail at the time, actually. The person he was trying to sell it to told the police. He's even served prison time, would you believe, and the police are wanting to impose a longer prison term on him this time. Hotel staff, mind you, described him as a decent and well-behaved guest. I don't know whether they're saying that now. And you might ask me...
television. How did he get them all out?
I'm glad you asked me that, Thomas, because I was just going to say the answer to that question, the trick that this gentleman used.
Yeah.
It's the oldest one in the book, really. Blind them with it, that's the one. And basically what I mean by that is that he went in and out past the reception so many times that everybody lost track of him. They couldn't tell whether he was in or out of the building. And I suppose on one of those exits out, he sneaked out with his large suitcase with TV inside, yes. He always covered his tracks, mind you, with some pretext to come and go, always had some excuse. Right. And the staff say in all these budget hotels they never saw a single telly disappear.
Well, surely they must have done. I mean, somebody must have gone in...
You would have thought so,
wouldn't
like,
you? What would you call them? Cleaning staff or domestic?
Domestic staff, yeah.
Yeah, and surely they must have seen that the television had gone.
You would have thought so.
You would then say, well,
exactly.
Who was in that room
So
last?
Maybe their checking system isn't quite right. And I'll tell you something else. You've just reminded me. They're very hot on mini bars, aren't they? I mean, if you even touch a little bottle of whiskey or brandy or something, you're charged like no end, aren't you?
They have an alarm on those things.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good gosh. Right. Well, you'll be pleased to know, or not, as the case may be, that a court is due to decide if he needs psychiatric evaluation. I'll leave you to judge on that one, guys.
Why does he need psychiatric evaluation for?
Well, he has
It was obvious he was just stealing televisions and then selling them.
Yes. I don't know, but that's what the court said in India.
Okay.
Interesting story. Anyway, our last story comes from Belgium.
No, sorry, but I still can't get over 120.
120, Tom.
Did he sell them on, or what did he do with them?
Yes, exactly.
He sold some of them on. That's how he got caught, by selling them to some chap who then went along to the police to say, basically, hang on, mate, I've just had a stolen TV passed to me.
Okay.
I think that's how it happened. But I still find it hard to believe that, it went on all that time. 4 months, 120 televisions. Good heavens. They can't have been very big, though, can they? I mean, I suppose the average size of a hotel television is, 20 inches, no
20
more?
inches, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, what we're talking about, flat screen?
Flat screen,
flat screens.
Yeah.
Presumably.
Wow. Can you imagine taking one of the old televisions out? The ones with the big backs on
I was just thinking, one of the big ones.
How
big is his suitcase?
How big's your suitcase, yeah.
Weighed a ton, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, they used to, didn't they?
Yes, they did. I remember distinctly.
You used to have 2 people carry the
He'd have to bring his friends round, wouldn't he, and pull up a truck or something. But anyway, that's the man from India with his TVs. Yep. Last story tonight comes from Belgium, and it's a story I know that's close to all our hearts here in the studio of StudioKerkyra, and that is, of course, food.
Now, how long did it take us again to talk about
it didn't take us long, did it?
No.
Let's face it.
Actually, ladies and gentlemen, we're running a kind of unofficial sweepstake here to see who can go the longest without mentioning food, and it looks like I've lost tonight's episode. But anyway, in Belgium, would you believe, right now, as we're sitting here in our lovely studios, it's National Chip Week.
Chip Week.
Yes.
Hey.
Lovely.
And that celebrates the important role the humble chip, or should I say Belgium fry, it has in Belgium life. To mark this auspicious event, the Belgian authorities, very nice of them I think, have set up chip stalls at many border points by the side of the main roads, and are giving out free chips, everybody, to Belgian drivers to, quote, remind them they are back home in Belgium.
How lovely.
Apparently, the first thing a Belgian does when they get back home is to eat chips. One driver was reported to have said, when I come home, I just need to eat chips all the time. And I'm thinking, really? Well, if you keep doing that, my friend, you'll be a very large chap indeed in a few years' time. So I have to balance this out by saying another lady driver in this instance, she said they were nothing special. Well, guys, if you want special chips, you come to Corfu, because I can take you to several tavernas that do special chips, and best chips, I can tell you. Best chips.
Excellent. What?
Oh, man.
And some other bloke, I have to say, here's a little bit contentious, coming up to the punchline here. Some other chap, he was commenting about how Belgian fries were so much crispier and firmer than the average British chip, which he declared was rather soggy and limp. Well, now, guys, I don't know if you've had a British chip. I've had loads of them by the bucketful, and I wouldn't describe them all as limp or soggy. Okay, the odd one or two are, but, I'm sure they're not all that, and I'm sure I have for a fact had some wonderful chips from England in the past. So, I don't know. Should we take up this gentleman's chip challenge, do you think?
Well, they're double fried, aren't they, the Belgian chips?
That would explain it then, wouldn't it?
They're double fried.
They're double fried.
So you do get a crispy outside.
Well, so it's, the comparison isn't really fair then, is it?
No, I do know that the Belgians went to the European court about
their chips.
Being called French fries. Right. They complained about the fact that they were called French fries.
Yes.
Because they call them Belgian fries.
They do. And serve them in a cone with lots of lovely mayonnaise. Yum, yum.
Yeah. That's making me hungry again.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Oh. But you have to say, it's the mayonnaise to use too, yeah?
Yes, it's
the
very
mayo,
good.
It's very good. The chips are brilliant. So if you go, I try not to go through Belgium without stopping for chips, to be honest.
Do you know, I've never had a Belgian chip. So
have you not? No. I have. No. They're very nice. But also, of course, if you're in Belgium, don't forget to have some of the chocolates. They are absolutely delicious.
What is he doing? What are you doing? Are you doing this on purpose, aren't you?
Trying to make you salivate? No. No. I'm just reminiscing of lovely culinary delights that I may have been lucky enough to experience around the world. I have to say, many of them are right here in Corfu.
Good.
Yes.
Including the Belgian chocolate?
No, well, you can get Belgian chocolates here, but actually I have to say I prefer the homemade chocolates made in the south of the island, somewhere south of Lefkimi, that appear in my local baker's shop. They are seriously delicious.
Nice.
Anyway, that's the end.
I know, he's every time the same, isn't it, with him?
That's the end of the
international
but
he's totally right. I mean, okay, I'm not elaborating on that now.
Go on.
Oh, no, but you're right. This is really, when you go here to different bakeries,
Yes.
it's superb. It's really nice, and that's why I'm so happy for Christmas. Now all the Christmas bakeries coming out, all the Christmas cakes coming out. Oh, you can smell them in the air, and
It's just going to make me hungry.
wine.
Yes, I know. Mulled wine.
Right.
Indeed. That's rather nice, isn't it? Mulled wine. Mince pies, that's the thing I
was going to say,
quite
can
like.
we get mince pies?
Were you making?
Well, I'll make them. Yeah, I don't
Brilliant.
mind making.
Okay. Maybe we should have a call out for that special mincemeat.
Yes.
Yeah, but you too late already for making mincemeat for the pies, aren't you? You should stand for a while, or I'm wrong. Or is it just the Christmas pudding?
No, Christmas pudding and Christmas cake, definitely. I tend to make Christmas cake in the summer because it's full of summer fruits.
Okay,
and then you preserve them with the alcohol. Yeah. And then you let it stand, and then it permeates all the way through the Christmas cake. Then.
What alcohol did you use?
Sherry, usually.
Sherry. It's traditionally
nice
sherry or what?
You can use brandy as well.
Brandy's good,
Yeah,
isn't
brandy's good. Sherry,
yeah.
port is quite good in a cake.
Okay.
Very rich.
Oh, God. See?
Some people used to cover their Christmas puddings, didn't they, with brandy and set them on fire.
That's right, yes.
And did you ever find a lucky sixpence in yours?
No.
No,
I'm not
can't
that
say
old.
I did. Oh, thank you. Another reference to being an old fogey. Yes, I know. I can take it. Don't worry.
No, I used to get a 5p, I think it was.
5p. Ah, yes.
The old 5p.
Yes,
Old
yes.
5p.
I mean, those little ones that you get now in the UK.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't want to put those in.
No, could do some serious damage.
You can swallow those quite easily.
They'd slip down, wouldn't they?
Very, very small things. Tiny little things, aren't they? But yeah, no. Christmas pudding, yeah. Christmas cake. Oh,
Well, mince pies are brilliant.
mince pies, yeah.
Okay, no,
food,
let's carry on.
food.
He's talking food about. I know he's distracting us constantly. You know? Okay, now let's carry on. Let's stay by the subject of food and carry on, because we got a couple of questions. This is again question and answers Corfu. People, that's
good.
Yeah, that's your opportunity to send us in your questions regarding Corfu. If you plan to visit this island, if you're already here, if you're here new or just arrived or just settled down, whatever you have questions about Corfu, let us know. But also, if you know something we missed to mention, or you know places like today. I have to see where this post is again. But we got messages regarding winter tourism.
Yep.
Regarding the winter on Corfu, and if I find that now. One of the messages coming in, sorry, I should have written the name down, is about open fireplaces. Look at the Werners with the open fireplace.
Ah, yes. I think this was a question from a lady called Lavinia, if I remember
Lavinia,
right.
Thank you. You're saving me. Yes, that's the thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Lavinia, for your question. And I think, Thomas, you said that she had some suggestions for places with open fires.
This one.
That one there, right.
Taverna Stamatis in Viros.
Yeah, that's it. She said, have a look at tavernas with fireplaces. There's a couple of tavernas with fireplaces. And one of the tavernas, and we had a look quickly and see... if we can get an image or that. And that is Taverna Stamatis in Viros. So it's mostly locals who go there, but that's a good sign. When local visit a taverna, you know the food is good.
Yes.
Yeah. And has his fireplace in there, so this is Taverna Stamatis in Viros. If you want to give the guys a call, it's 26610 39249. We try to post it somehow anyway. So, okay.
That looks nice, though.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful, and how nice, you know.
Yeah.
Into the Werner open fireplace, fire is going. You have a pint or two, maybe a mince pie. I just got another message in before, and she mentioned. Sorry, and there is a second taverna, and that is Garitza Bay, and this is the Afli Taverna. Both, she said, both of these have open fireplaces, and she would also like to know other places. So if you guys on the island know about other places with fireplace in there, yeah. So for a nice chilled evening, please let us know. We would love to mention them.
Actually, I've just thought of two now.
Okay.
Yeah.
One's a coffee bar and one's a taverna. The coffee bar, which sells alcoholic drinks as well, is on the seafront at Ipsos. And it's right at the very beginning of the strip, coming in from Corfu Townway, going northwards, as it were. And it's one of the... I don't have to apologise, I don't remember the name of the establishment, but it's very early on the left-hand side, facing the sea. And it's got a lovely raging fire. Well, it did have a year ago. I haven't been there recently, but I'm sure it's still there. The other place that comes to mind is in Guvia. Well, actually, no, I tell a lie. It's I get told off for saying this. It's not in Guvia. It's a long way away from Guvia. It's in Contocoli, which is actually next door. But don't tell them. It's Contocoli. And there we have a lovely taverna that's actually one of the oldest family tavernas on the island. I think it was established in 1913. And it's called Harry's Bar. And there they have a lovely open fire in the back, the main part of the taverna. In the summer you can sit outside and dine al fresco, but in the teeth of winter, and it is open all year round, it serves the yachting people and the boaters and all the the people from the marina. They go there during the winter months. And Harry's and his wonderful crew will have a lovely, warm, large open fire raging in a cold winter's night.
Nice.
I was lucky to experience such a lovely fire a few years ago, although I would say to everybody it is probably a good idea to book the taverna with a fire and book your seat by the fire, because my experience tells me there's a little bit of competition for that hot seat.
Really?
The pole position by the fire, yes.
Okay.
When I was there a couple of years ago, I have to say I got into a little bit of competition with some Germans. It was a little bit of cat and mouse, tit and tat, but we won through, I have to say, and we shared, because I think, it's only right that an open fire should be shared for as many people as there as possible, and not just to be hogged by one group or one person.
Yeah.
So, be responsible and share the heat, as it were, and there'll be plenty enough to go round for everybody.
Yeah, that's nice.
Definitely. Well, I can't imagine anything nicer than sitting in a taverna on this beautiful island of Corfu, having a drink, having a messe next to a fireplace, and watch the bad weather going past outside.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's nothing quite like a real open fire, is there?
No, there isn't.
Especially at Christmas. Comes into its own, I think.
It does.
Yeah. Oh, so the Christmas spirit is coming, everything is waking up slowly. I'm loving it, man. It's brilliant.
Yes, we're slowly getting into the Christmas spirit, as you can see.
Yeah, and here we got a quick shout out to our George Diamantis, who just wrote into us. Good evening.
Hello, George. Yeah. Hello.
Hi, George. He wrote in, good evening, my dear friends. Nice broadcast and information. Full of interesting things. I'm at home and watching you.
Oh, well,
so
thank you very
brilliant,
much,
George. Nice
Hello,
to hear
George.
from you. Excellent. And another one quickly, and this relates back to the mince pies we just spoke.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. Food again. But other comment in here quickly is saying mince pie too must stay in alcohol for at least 3 weeks.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's a very handy tip. Thank you for the person who told us that.
Very quickly corrected.
Yeah.
But okay,
Maybe we could try one of your mince pies if you were passing by, and we could tell the world just how wonderful they were. Because we do get a bit peckish here late at night. Work hard at work on the night shift live,
Yeah, how do you English? What how you English call it? Supper.
Yeah, supper.
Supper. Yeah, so sometimes
A late supper.
A late supper. How brilliant.
Nice.
It's not bad, is it?
And we could describe to the viewers every moment, every feeling, the texture, the tastes, the colours, and all in vivid technicolor. Of course, it wouldn't be quite the same as eating them yourself, but we'd do a good job, wouldn't we?
Quite frankly, I'll just eat it.
Okay. You don't fancy waxing lyrical on your mince pie?
Well, no, I'll wax lyrical when I eat it.
When you eat it. Okay, well, that's good enough. Yeah.
Excellent,
that's nice. Can I have another one? What more compliment can you have than that?
You can't, can you? No. Absolutely.
Rather than,
yes.
No.
Well,
I won't have another one.
You were telling us a story about the day you made a cake, wasn't it? A chocolate cake?
Chocolate cake, yeah.
Yes, you made two, I believe.
I made
made
two.
Me laugh.
Yeah, well, one for the person I was making the chocolate cake for, and one for myself and my friends, not just myself.
No, because you're very big-hearted and generous like that. I know that way.
But yeah, it went very quickly. Went very, very quickly.
Which you reckon is a sign that it was real great success?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I think it was about a minute before it was all gone.
What, a minute before everything was...
Yeah, before everything was gone, the whole cake. There was nothing left.
Good heavens. Well, that was a great success then.
That's with about 50 people as well.
Really?
I mean, it was a big cake. I made a big chocolate cake.
Yeah, how many people did you do here then?
How
many?
I reckon there was probably about 50 people.
Blimey,
Wow.
that's a lot, isn't it? Good heavens.
Well, it was touring.
Oh, yes.
So you have cast, crew, everybody. It was basically a birthday tradition.
Yeah.
So it was my birthday the time before, so the next person's birthday, it was my turn to make the cake. Although, actually, to be honest, I was the only person on tour that made a cake. Everybody else went to Marks and Spencer's. Or the other places, you know.
Yeah, I have to slap your
Sorry,
hands
sorry.
after the show. No, it's all right, but you perfectly.
Yeah,
You're right.
but I made the cake. It was my day off, and
Fabulous.
I made 2 chocolate cakes, but I used 5 bars of chocolate.
Oh, yummy.
Dark chocolate as well, because I like dark chocolate. Yeah, and the person liked dark chocolate, so yeah, it was good. It was good fun making them as well. That's the thing. It's always good fun to make these things. So I covered it in chocolate, and then put raspberries on it as well.
Good heavens, I say it's quite luxurious by the sound of it.
Icing sugar.
Now we're getting hungry again. Come on, let's move on.
Now it's so far. Now he's making himself hungry.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic, guys. Okay, that's about open fire. Tavernas open with open fireplaces and fantastic food. What you can really find, especially in the winter now, when you see the tavernas, really the local tavernas who are open all year round.
That's right.
And most of them have their own produce. So they have their own animals on the side. They have their own things. So it's quite interesting. Okay, guys, brilliant. Let's carry on. Everything okay? Brilliant. Okay, St. Spiridon Day.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
12th of December, isn't it?
12th of December, 12th of December,
Yeah.
St. Spiridon Day. And somebody asked the question, okay, what's so special on St. Spiridon Day? Wow.
That's a big question.
Well, you guys know more than I do, so I'm
I
going
don't
to leave
know
this
much,
one to you.
but he's a very famous and very important
He's
man,
the
a
saint of the
revered
island.
figure here on the island.
Okay.
He, in legend, has it that he saved the island from a particular invasion from the Ottomans, or Turks, I should say, quite some time ago. Can't remember actually the figures, the dates. Do you, Thomas? Do you know?
No, sadly not. I had that somewhere. I have to look quickly, and then I probably, I probably can
Is that
help
why?
you out with that. So
That's why so many people are called Spiro.
Yes, exactly. Spiros and Spiridula.
Spiridula, yeah.
Definitely.
So it's a name day as well. So I suppose that everybody who's called Spiros or Spiro or Spiridulo is going to have a name day. So there'll be quite a few, I think.
Quite a few celebrations then.
Well, it's a great name, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's sort of synonymous with the island of Corfu.
Synonymous with the island. No, but it's a big day. It's really.
Yeah.
When I look in here, was the Spiridon of Trimifuspa, the wonder worker he was known, was a 4th century bishop.
4th century, okay.
Was presented at the first. I can't read that. Sorry, that writing is too small. No?
People also go, if they're going on a journey and they're travelling, they also go to pray to St. Spiridon for their safe journey. Quite a lot of people do that here. So if it works for them,
yeah, he was born in a village of Ashia, it's without shade. That means, in Cyprus, 270 AD, and died in Cyprus 348 AD.
Wow.
He was a peasant farmer and shepherd, and had no education.
But he became a bishop.
He became then a bishop. There's a lot of history. We will look into that a little bit further. But his remains are on Corfu. Yeah, and this is where the celebration starts on the 12th of December. Now, when you go into town, they have the
parade.
Parade procession.
Procession.
With his remains.
With his relic.
So his remains.
Yeah.
I think they came from Turkey. They were buried in Turkey, but they got recovered and brought on to Corfu. And now 12th of December is down. As anywhere you go, really. I think the best thing you should consider go to Corfu town. There is the procession going on. They walk around with the remains of Saint Spiridon. Is quite a big procession going on. A lot of people in there. And the rest of the island, every village throws something on. And also we here in Ayers Mateos on the 12th of December, come and visit this beautiful village of Ayers Mateos.
Yes.
Come and visit us. We have a little Christmas market going on our terrace. And the rest of the village. So join in.
Please do.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, I see, fantastic. Yeah, the name day is bigger, as you said, than birthdays here. No?
That's what they tell us. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a name day for you, Wayne. Do they?
I doubt it very much if there's a name day for Wayne.
Might be some Hellenic alternative.
Yes, maybe there is, but not for Wayne.
Not for Wayne.
W doesn't exist in the Greek alphabet, does it?
Yeah, you are asking the right people at the moment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
We can ask a few. No?
Yes.
Does W exist in the Greek language? Yes or no, please. Would be nice
to know.
Yeah.
I don't think yes. I get called John Wayne a lot.
Ooh.
Yeah, I noticed that. Because Adrian gets called Andreas a lot.
Yeah, you get called Andreas.
Oh, yes, I like that, actually. In fact, I'd love to be called Andreas. Please do. If you're going to address me with anything, you can address me with Andreas, and I'll be extremely happy. That's mainly because the name rolls off the tongue much easier. My name, which is Adrian, I think is a bit difficult for many people to pronounce. I have difficulty with it myself, so I can fully understand it. I'm very happy with the name Andreas, actually.
Yes, it suits you, actually.
Thank you very much.
It does suit you.
Yes.
But, I get called John Wayne. Because it's just the easiest way to remember
really
my name.
Is there a striking resemblance, do you think, in any way?
I don't think so, no, definitely not. I was named after John Wayne, though.
Oh, well, then that's a good reason why you would be nicknamed that. Oh, that's fair enough, yes.
His real name was Marion.
That's right, it was, yes.
Marion.
Good one.
John Marion Wayne.
Yeah.
No. His name was Marion. Somebody will tell me. But his real name was Marion. It's like if anybody used to watch wrestling on Saturdays in the UK, Big Daddy's real name was Shirley.
Really?
You're serious now? Yeah.
Seriously, his name was Shirley.
Maybe that's why he took up wrestling.
Maybe
because he might have had a little bit of trouble at school with that one.
Why would you call a child a girl's name? I really don't understand.
That's
I really don't understand
good
that.
question.
I mean, I know people who call their children Apple. Or
Apple, because of that's because of Gwyneth Paltrow, isn't it? And
if you say so.
Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris, lead singer of Coldplay.
Chris Martin.
Chris Martin. They
yes,
called their child Apple.
Did they?
Yes.
I heard it in Austria a few times.
Okay.
I heard it in England a few times. They call Apple.
I know someone who's called Holly. Lovely, charming young lady. Hello, Holly, if you're watching. I think Holly's a lovely name. And perfect time for now, isn't it? It's the perfect name for this season.
See, and there I know a child, one of famous footballer in Austria, called his child Jesus.
Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I can believe it, but oh dear, I hope he had a second name.
Jesus Christ.
I was going to say.
Very good interjection there, Thomas. Very good.
I was going to say, yeah. That's his second name.
Polster. It's footballer, Tony Polster. No, called his child Jesus.
I'm pretty sure in South America that's still a popular name anyway, isn't it?
Yes.
Jesus is still a popular name.
And they've got a fantastic statue there, haven't they, in Brazil? Oh.
Yes.
Christ the Redeemer, I think it's called.
Christ the Redeemer, yeah.
Amazing. I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but I've seen it enough on the television. It's lovely.
It is big. That's a big statue. That is a massive statue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
So, okay, guys, that's what we're talking about.
I have no idea. Probably food, along with odd statue or other.
Yeah. San Spiridon Day.
Yeah,
no, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, when you come 12th of December, it's really worth coming. Christmas time, New Year's time to Corfu.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Okay, the weather sometimes is not what you expect, but it's at home you got the same, so...
Yeah.
But no, San Spiridon Day, we look forward to it, and we will make a couple of clips so we can show you later.
Great.
Okay, let's carry on. We got weather news from England.
Ah.
And when you look on the screen, Sorry, we got a picture sent from Barry Jones. Hello, Barry.
Oh, hello, Barry.
Hello, Barry.
Is Dine and Wear UK? Did I say that right?
What a picture. Yes,
you did.
Excellent. That's he took yesterday.
That's amazing.
That's from yesterday. Where we had the storms here overnight. Heavily, they had snowfall.
It's lovely to see, but it's not very nice to drive in, though, is it?
It's good to start with, isn't it? To be in.
Oh, it's been great.
It's Christmassy, isn't it?
Yeah, very Christmassy. But then it starts to melt and becomes sludge, and then it becomes horrible, and starts freezing as well.
Yeah, that's one thing. But I think by the temperatures we have at the moment all over Europe, that could stay a little bit. I'm worried this will stay, and England necessarily is not very well equipped to deal with this kind of weather.
No, although I did read recently in England that they've taken on board, this is the local councils have got the most amount of salt ready to grit the roads that they've ever had, apparently.
Really?
I think couple of years back they had a bit of a problem and they ran out, I think. So they're making sure that doesn't happen. I wonder whether Barry told us, Thomas, what the temperature was.
No, he did not.
But thank you very much, Barry, for sending in.
It must be 0 degrees because otherwise it will not snow. If it's above 0, it won't. If it's below 0, it won't. You have to have 0 degrees, maybe -1, no less.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise you will have no snow.
Ah.
Cannot snow.
That's very good.
Me.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Minimum 0, -1, that's when it snows. If it's getting colder, let me say 5, 6, 7, you won't snow.
Yeah.
It will warm up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, thanks, Barry, for sending in that lovely snow.
Yeah, thank you, Barry. And we send you a nice hello from Corfu.
Hello.
Okay.
I have to say that, the UK doesn't really cope with snow that well. In all my experience, 1 inch of snow, 2 inches of snow, the whole place comes to a standstill. Whereas somewhere like Canada, or even yourself in Austria. I mean, they have snow, thick snow. We're talking 6 feet.
At least, man, the area I grown up, this was standard, this was normal for us.
And you still carry
5, 6, 7, 8 foot of snow, 10 foot of snow. It's for the winter season, one normal, okay. Yeah. The roads, okay, we prepared for that. So the roads get cleared very quickly, the machines come out quickly to put on the grate, to put on the salt. Where in Austria we're not using that much salt anymore. But the main thing is why we cope better is all our cars. 1st of November, you have to change your tires from summer tires to winter tires. Yeah,
and that's law.
That's law.
Yeah,
that's by law. If a police officer stops you, you pay a fine. If you have an accident with summer tires in the winter, your insurance will not pay.
Wow.
Simple as that. Yeah. So 1st of November, mostly it is on with the winter tires, and makes sense. The summer tires are a different compound. When it gets cold, they get very hard.
Yes.
Yeah, and with that you slide. The winter tires, when it gets cold, they still stay soft. They still can grip on the snow. And that's why it's from coping. Now, of course, we grown up with it. Like I said, we have 6, 7, 8, 10 foot of snow.
Yeah.
Fantastic for us, childhood. Brilliant. And my childhood, as example, I had in the winter time, and it's really, really heavy. We put the skis on and we skied to school.
Yeah.
So it's a
nice thought.
It is, isn't it?
What we used to do when we went to school, just trudge along through the leaves and.
I used to go tobogganing when the school was closed. That was great fun.
Yes,
fabulous.
Did you take a tea tray or did you have a proper toboggan?
I had a proper toboggan. My father, believe it or not, made one.
Lovely.
He had got the frame, but he converted the seat. I think I broke it, to be honest.
Okay.
No surprise there. So we had to rebuild the seat, and for some reason it was a real fast little number, I tell you.
Wow.
Used to go shooting down this hill. Used to do this sledging on the local golf course. Of course, the golfers weren't too happy. They used to moan and groan, but no one was there in the snow anyway. So
I was going to say they don't usually play golf,
but they've always moaned, and they were.
Okay.
Anyway, but it was great fun sledging until that is one day when I was herring down the hill, totally out of control, and had no way of stopping where I was going to go, and ended up right in the middle of an extremely painful holly bush. Ooh. Not good.
Ouchie.
No. And another time, actually, I've just remembered, when I was ready to launch off on my toboggan, and by this time I'm actually not a child, I'm actually a grown man. Well, that's debatable. But anyway, I was an adult of about 25 here, and I had all my friends around me, and this is very embarrassing. I was ready to go off, front crawl I think I was going to do on this toboggan, and I wasn't ready, you see. I was waiting for the right moment, because I could see in front of me there were people crossing the path that I'd be travelling through, so I thought I'd be prudent to wait for them to clear. But unfortunately, a man, who I didn't know, who was next to me, he decided it'd be very funny to give me a little push. Well, he pushed me off this ledge, and off careering down the hill I went, and of course I had to say, make way, I'm coming through, out the way, and all this business, and these poor people went, ah, and they all got out of the way. Unfortunately, though, I hit some bump. I parted company with the said toboggan, and then we landed together in a heap on the ground, and in so doing, my kneecap all came out, and it was so painful, and I couldn't move and everything else. And it just so happened that this Johnny that had knocked me off the ledge to begin with came running down the hill, crying the immortal words, make way, I'm a doctor! And he comes up to me, and he says, does the usual doctor thing, are you all right, and all that, and I go, well, I didn't know really where I was, to be quite honest with you. And the funny thing was, he said, you've got to take your clothes off. I said, I'm not taking my clothes off, it's freezing cold. He said, no, you've got to take your clothes off, you're going into shock. And I said, oh, don't be silly, I'll be fine. I had a little, what's the one called, a flask of brandy on me, so I quickly had a bit of that, and I was right in ravements. However, my poor friends had to carry me off up the fairway, a long walk back to the car, and of course I couldn't drive the said motor vehicle, so I can't remember who drove back. And then I remember being laid up in bed for absolutely days, and we played out this death scene because I was walking around with I wasn't in bed, I had a walking stick, but it was terrible, really. They all thought I was on the way out, but I wasn't. I came back, but it took a few weeks to recover from that one. Knees are very tricky things, ladies and gentlemen. So, moral of the story is, when you're going tobogganing, make sure you are ready to go.
You're always ready to go.
Well, I wasn't quite ready on that occasion.
No, I suppose not.
The doctor caught me out.
But your kneecap, that's painful.
It was very painful, Wayne.
Very, very painful.
It gave me jip for a long time. Ooh. Actually, winding the clock forward, when I met you at acting college...
What painful?
I was in...
That was painful.
No, well, actually, no, not at all. I was in a dance class, would you believe? Dance.
Yes, I remember.
You remember? And the knee thing popped out then, didn't it?
It did.
I'd be carried off on a stretcher. Terribly embarrassing, you know?
No. Terrible. Poor thing.
But still, the snow is a wonderful thing to play in, but if you're driving out in it, do take extra care.
Well, that was a great photograph, though, from Barry.
Oh, Barry. Yes, thank you very much, Barry.
Yeah,
fantastic,
thanks, Barry.
for this picture, thank you. And hello from Corfu again. Hopefully, maybe we see you one day.
Why not?
Would be great. Okay, guys, that's all now. See, the snow got us off, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, it's the thing. The last thing, somebody sending in quickly is about the power cuts. I just got messages, power cuts.
Okay.
I should do something about it. I can do nothing about it, sorry guys. I can mention them so people know. They're having a hard time of getting hold of the electric company to ask what's going on. Especially if you don't speak the local lingo, it can be a little bit difficult. But go to the nearest village, ask your mayor there, or ask the community. They will for sure advise you. But we can try to find more out what's happening at the moment with all these power cuts. So as I see by the messages, it's Rode is affected up in the north. Left Kimi has some problems. In town there are some problems. And I look through, there's quite a few places some problems. But out of our experience, Adrian, Wayne, never takes long. Okay, it could be a few hours, 5, 6, 7 hours.
Yeah.
We had occasions we had more than 12 hours. But most of the time the guys work quite well, huh?
Quite quick. Yes, they're pretty good. They are.
They are very, very quick normally. I mean, obviously they're rushed off their feet if they've got a few gone down in different places. But that's unusual for them to be that long, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unless, of course, there are more serious issues.
Yeah, there may be. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the weather too, no?
The weather's putting them.
At the moment, the weather will
Putting them back
going
down.
out and trying to fix this problem in that weather with these winds.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to wait until the weather is gone, and then
I mean, I certainly wouldn't want to be climbing up a pylon in this weather.
In this weather, no, definitely not. So sorry guys, we really can't answer that question. We know there is a lot of storms going on and problems with the electric, but we have no idea. We can find out. We try to find out and keep you up to date with it. And should there be any heavier things or any more storms or should get stronger and we got more problems, we can always throw a Nightshift special in to update you and give you advice. So, but at the moment, just don't go out until you really need to.
That's very good advice, Thomas.
Yeah, that is.
In fact, this morning I was supposed to go to Zavros, to my post box there, to get a very important document. But quite frankly, I took one look out the window and no, thank you.
Very good. Very good, yeah.
Okay, this is all the questions we have time for today. Maybe more, so if you want to write into us,
keep them coming in.
Just keep them coming. Don't be shy, keep them coming. Anything what could be for interest for us or for other viewers, just keep them coming. We're going on to a break very soon, but before we go to a break, I have to make one quick announcement. This is the Corfu Village book. So, 1 second, we're just trying here something.
This is this great book about Corfu villages by Steve Ford, isn't it?
Steve Ford, yes.
Yeah, by Steve Ford, the villages. Oh, I have no idea what just happened, guys. Let me have a look.
Yeah, I mean, it's $9.95 if I remember rightly.
It is in pounds, and all the proceeds are completely going to charity.
Yeah, which is fabulous.
Exactly, it's called the Village
on the
book.
island.
Yeah,
yes,
I don't know why.
Yeah, I believe so. Yes,
that's really good.
He's passionate about Corfu, even though at the moment I think he's in England.
Yeah, so we just for the website up. Sorry, I can't find the graphic of the village book at the moment, but it's the book of Corfu villages, the history of 50 Corfu villages, written by Steve Ford. And you can buy it when you go on. You see the web address on the bottom of the screen. It's www.corfuvillages.eu. The copy costs £9.95, like you guys just said.
Yep.
And all the proceeds are going to Corfu-based charities. So brilliant. Just before Christmas is very important, guys.
Good present.
Good present, yeah, for sure, good present. Even if you're not thinking of visiting this island, it's a good read.
Yep.
Definitely. The pictures in there, the graphics in there, very nice. So you see villages, or you see Corfu from a different perspective.
Fabulous. I think I remember rightly, the front cover shows a picture of this village, doesn't it, Thomas?
I have no idea. I can't see the graphics.
No, but from my memory, it's this lovely village settled in this hill surrounded by trees, and it did look remarkably like Agis Mateus.
Yeah, it does look like it.
But the book's about 50 different villages here in Corfu, so jolly informative read, I should think.
Yeah,
have to confess, I haven't read it yet, but I will eagerly get my hands on a copy, Steve, as soon as I can, and I'll give it a good read.
That would be brilliant, huh? Yeah. Okay, guys, we are on the end of our first part of the show, so we're gonna go on a quick break and and carry on with second half in a couple of minutes. So don't go away. Stay tuned. We see you very soon.
See you soon.
guys. Oh, and welcome back to the second part of our show, Nightshift.
Hello.
From Corfu. Oh, hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi guys, you alright?
Yes.
Had a nice break?
Yes.
Yes, it's for me. It's the usual, you know, that call of nature. Yes, happens to us all, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's the only reason we have breaks, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Well, you see, Thomas, you're a very considerate director. You think of all these things, you see.
Oh, really?
You do.
Yeah, I have to look after you guys.
You do. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Okay, guys, that was the first thing. First part is over, second part is here. How quick it goes. It's the 1st of December, no? Kalomina, everybody who is watching, have a good month. Christmas, how exciting.
Very.
Yes.
Oh, and now we can see what we do from the. Oh, we got a couple of problems at the moment. So bear with us, don't worry. But here it goes. Here is the village book.
The famous book by Steve Ford.
Yeah, we fixed that over the break quickly. We still got a little bit of problems, but we will be all right. It's the Traveler's Guide to 50 Corfu Villages by Steve Ford. Fantastic Christmas present. And the best thing is you buy a copy. It's $9.95. Go on to www.corfuvillages.eu. And all the proceeds of the sales goes to charity. So it can't be any better reason than that. Okay, guys, let's carry on with our daily moan.
The daily moan.
Really? Us moan?
No. But this moan is not coming from us this time. Yes?
Oh, that's a relief. Hooray!
It's but I think it's quite funny. We got a moan in here on holiday at the moment here. A little bit disappointed. Coming nearly every year. But Liston is flooded. Every time it rains, Liston gets flooded. Are they unable to fix that problem? That's a little bit of a harsh question, I think. I think now they're not unable to fix this problem, to be honest. I think the problem is it's the weather. It's on the island. The system is not up to date. They got a good system here. When you look, they're really repairing a lot. They're renovating a lot. But when it rains here, it really rains. Yeah.
Very much so. Size of €2 coins, I remember.
Yeah. And you know, and most of the year there is no rain. So of course the ground hasn't soaked anything up. And then all of a sudden you have a lot of rain coming down, and off it goes. No? Yeah. So that's one of the reasons probably, no.
And also probably another reason is that it's such a sensitive, beautiful area. United Nations UNESCO World Heritage Site, excuse me. So maybe actually they need to do something big, like put in new storm drainage channels, and that may be a little bit tricky considering where it is. I mean, the Liston is such a beautiful set of buildings. It's iconic of Corfu town, actually, isn't it?
Definitely.
They're very Venetian, aren't they?
They completely. See, that's an idea. They're very Venetian. So you can see. So, I mean, when you see the arches, look down the Liston. We had the picture up earlier where the water comes on, no?
Yes.
Have we shown that? Yeah,
no.
We haven't shown that, have we?
I don't think so.
No.
That's one of the things, yeah. Let's get that one in. Here, Corfu down, this is today.
No.
That's what they're talking about.
Wow, that was today, yes. Good.
That was today, this is what they're talking about. So, and you see, it's a little... But all the coffee shops are open. They know, they prepared for that. They're so used to it.
Yes.
Yeah? So, it is just happened. And to be honest, come on. You pay a lot of money to go to Venice, to sit outside a coffee shop and have on St. Marco Square the water running, and you take pictures. Oh, how nice, look. I mean...
Good point.
Come on, you can come to Corfu, you get the same as in Venice. It's built by the Venetians. Come on, I mean, there's not a lot of difference.
And not only that, Thomas, the coffee will be half the price.
Because
you can sit down.
Because you can sit down, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can sit down and you can watch the water going past you at Liston Square.
Just needs a gondola, really, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, maybe we can organise one day something and send somebody down in the gondola.
Well, there's plenty of boat hire here, so maybe someone's got an odd gondola lying around.
Yeah. Or where's the sense of adventure from people nowadays? Come on. You know, it's as long as nobody gets hurt.
No.
That's just standard here. This is how it's happened. So okay, what can you do?
I mean, you're saying about St. Mark's Square in Venice.
Yeah.
That is so expensive to sit there and have a coffee.
Oh, unbelievably expensive. I love Venice. I've been many times there.
Yeah.
I really, and most when I go to St. Marcos Square, I go to the Café Ferdinand.
Yes.
No. And it's one of the oldest cafes.
It is, yeah.
In Venice, but I think it's also the most expensive one of all about there. You sit down. A double espresso for you is example, Adrian. Double espresso, Venice Square, Café Florian. Sorry. Café Florian, no, cost you around 5-6 euros.
That's quite a lot.
No? I remember sitting there with Claire, my wife, and I had the espresso, she had the Coca-Cola, and we paid €9.50.
Yep.
No?
But it's the fact that you sit down, you get charged straight away.
Instantly. Yeah.
As soon as
Instantly.
you sit down,
there's a cover charge instantly on the table.
Yeah,
when
that's
you go forward.
true about all of Italy as well.
Florence, I believe, is bad for that one. Double the price if you sit down.
Bit of a tip: if you want a coffee or something like that, don't sit down, just stand.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
No, mate,
it is
true.
It's not quite the same.
It's not
though,
quite the same, but I mean, depends how much you want to pay for your coffee, really, doesn't it?
Yes. Well, if you can come here to Corfu town, you can get a cheap coffee and sadly see mini Venice. But normally on a beautiful day, it's not like that at all. The listing is so wonderful.
But do you think it's possibly that the storm drains need clearing or something?
I don't know if it's just necessarily the storm drains. They clean them, but all year long, most of the year here, there is no rain. So of course they start clogging up, and then they have to find that clog, then they have to fix that. No? They're working around, but everybody's used to it because in certain areas there's nothing you can do. So they channel that through the roads, and off it goes, and nobody gets hurt, no damage is done. You have this throughout the winter a few times.
I'm pretty sure they actually cleared the storm drains in Corfu town
Definitely.
quite recently.
Yeah, I think you mentioned something with roadworks and with storm drains cleaning.
Yeah.
So they're working on it. This is just normal. If you come here on holiday, look through the groups, what are existing already for a few years on this island. You can see that. Go through the groups, go back into the archive, and every year we see these pictures. Every year we see the same pictures. It just happens. It's just part of life here. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
See, it's cheaper than Venice. Come here.
That's a good line.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And you could always go down to Lefkimi. They've got a jolly little canal and a lovely little Rialto-style bridge down there. And you could, just for a minute, you can get carried away and think you actually are in Venice. Just for a minute, mind you.
Just for a minute.
But it's a nice place to visit anyway. Lefkimi, on the south of the island.
And cheaper than Venice.
And much cheaper than Venice, yes. And jolly friendly people there.
I have to say, Venice is very expensive.
Oh yeah, Venice costs nicely. It's not the cheapest
beautiful.
place.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, it is very beautiful.
I mean,
place,
exactly. But
I am gonna have a little complaint about it. It does smell a little bit, and it is expensive.
Yeah, but this is developing into a moan. That we started off with a viewer's moan, and we're starting to create a moan ourselves.
I'm sorry.
Thomas, you've got a story about Venice, haven't you, and coffee?
Venice and coffee?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Sometime you woke up one morning and didn't know what to do.
Oh my God! This was when I was young and you can't say dumb, but you don't care when you're young. What is it? Yes. Because where I live in Austria, it's not far to Venice. I go. Takes me around 3 hours with the car and I'm in Venice. And I got fed up one morning, stood up early, couldn't sleep, stood up early, saying, what should I do? So I jumped into the car and went for coffee to Venice.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Drove down there for 3 hours, went St. Marcos Square, sat down, enjoyed, of course, the view and everything. Had a nice coffee, and then I drove home.
Nice.
How amazing.
That's lovely.
Did you have any trouble with pigeons in St. Mark's Square?
No, they had no trouble with me either, so we were alright. We quite. No, I never had troubles with pigeons there.
Be alright if you like pigeon pie or something.
Yeah.
Yes, that's quite tasty. Ex-girlfriend of mine once had a trouble with a pigeon. We were in Leicester Square queuing up to see Richard Attenborough's amazing film of Gandhi. Incredible film.
Wow, okay.
Absolutely. It was a real treat to go to. Odeon Leicester Square a long time ago, this is obviously. And while we were waiting in the said queue, the girlfriend, who was called Debbie, hello Debbie if you're watching, lovely girl she was, she had a pigeon fly over her, which decided to go to the toilet as it was flying over, and she got a splat, which is not the sort of thing you want over your best coat just as you're about to walk into the Odeon Leicester Square.
No. It's supposed to be lucky, though.
That's what I pointed out to her. I don't know, actually, what happened. Well, yes, maybe it was lucky, but unfortunately we split up probably about half a year after that, so okay. I don't know.
Maybe it was that pigeon's fault.
Might have been, yes. What was the line? Catch that pigeon.
Yes.
Grab him, stab him, wasn't it? And that wonderful man who used to come out of the telephone to Dick Dastardly or something, I seem to remember.
Catch the pigeon.
That's the one, yes.
Yeah.
Pigeons. Yeah. You see, we do go off on tangents here, don't we?
Totally.
But that's what I think that's the beauty working at the night shift. That's what it does to you, see?
Yeah. You can go off on a tangent.
Yes.
Brilliant. We started off talking about Venice, and then we started talking about Dick Dastardly. I mean,
all about the pigeon, though, wasn't it? You see?
Yeah, and end up with food. So brilliant. We've done a full circle again. So let's get.
Well done, that's right.
Oh
yes,
my
brilliant.
God. Okay, just back to this listen thing. Yes, it's flooded. Yes, it happens every year. Everybody knows it, so I wouldn't make a lot of drama about it. Just enjoy. Sit down. As I said, it's beautiful. The Venetian is Venetian style built.
Very.
So, oh my God, just
that's
the right angle and you think you're in Venice.
Yeah,
wow.
That's a very good point, Thomas. Actually, if you really think about it, sorry, Venetian tourist board here, but, you don't really have to go to Venice to experience the wonderful architecture of the Venetians. Just come to Corfu town, because it's festooned with the most glorious of Venetian-style buildings.
Yes.
And others, of course. But you get a sense, I think, I have to say I've never been to Venice myself. I'm only drawing on my experience of watching films and photographs and hearing other people's stories and all that. But there is a lot of Corfu town that does look to me, that looks like Venice.
Yes. Surely that's the Venetian influence.
The Venetian influence. They were here for 400 years, so of course they left their mark on this island.
Their mark.
Yeah, and good.
We were
it's
saying
nice.
about the pasta and pizza.
Yeah, what makes this island so special?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Okay, we leave it with moaning, I think, yeah?
Yes,
we leave it with moaning, and the next thing, just to get this out of the way, where I know you guys don't like to talk about that, if we can call this up on the screen.
What a great name, though.
Ziggy.
I know a
Does
Ziggy.
he play guitar?
You never know.
Hey, that's witty for a Friday night. That's very
Very
sharp,
witty.
Wayne. Yes, it's
No
sharp.
rasterlocks on that one, man. But then it's, let's say, this is our doggy of today. This is Ziggy, 6 months old and is a male. He got found somewhere. He's looking for a lovely new home. They say he's very playful. He's a very happy dog, and it would be brilliant. At the moment, he's looked after by a tourist. Yeah, fostered by tourists at the moment, as long as they can, and then we have to see what we do with it. But you can contact the Corfu Care Shelter Biroladis. This is near to Sidari. They got a website. It's www.carecorfu.com. You can log on, go to this website, have a look through. We'll also find Ziggies and all the other doggies we were speaking about in the last 2 weeks. And you can also call them. If you outside Greece, don't forget the country code is 0030. And then telephone number 6972072155. So I say this again quickly, it's 0030 6972072155. And maybe that Zig is exactly the doggy you're looking for.
Thomas, tell me, is that a leg in the picture, or is it an arm?
I think that's an
both.
arm.
An
That's
arm.
both, actually. No.
Both. The bottom with the white this is a leg. The arm is the arm. So there you see the size. He's only 6 months old, so I don't even know what breed he is. But he looks...
Might be another Heinz 57.
Heinz 57, varieties.
Great name, though, Ziggy.
Ziggy,
Yeah, great name.
I know a Ziggy in Egypt. Actually, while I think about it, I think there are some people in Egypt watching. So if you are, hello, a very warm welcome to you if you are indeed watching from Egypt. But there was a guy called Ziggy who was a fabulous boatman on the Nile.
Oh, lovely.
Named after Ziggy Marley, I think, actually.
Okay.
I think you met him once, didn't you?
Who?
Ziggy Marley?
No.
Someone else then.
Must be somebody else. Yeah, I've not met Ziggy Marley. No.
Oh.
I remember that.
Yes. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
Oh, maybe not. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But anyway, great little dog, wasn't it, Thomas?
Great little doggy. Ziggy, the little dog is 6 months old. Guys, don't hesitate. If you want to know more about Ziggy, you want to know about more about the charity, don't hesitate. Go onto their website. It's www.kerkyra.com. You find all the information you need, telephone numbers, address, and most importantly, all the pictures and descriptions of animals who look for a forever home. Or if you got time on hand, you live on the island, say, okay, I can foster a dog. That's at the moment is becoming very, very important. There's a lot of stray dogs. The island is a little bit running out of shelter space for the dog. So if you are able to foster a doggy, get in contact with us, Nightshift at StudioKerkyra.com, or send us a message via Facebook. We would love to hear from you. And if you need any advice or anything, we are here to help and find out what we can if we don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That'd be really good. I hope he finds a home, though.
Yeah, so me too. Listen, lovely little boys, dude.
Yeah.
So cute. Man.
They've all been lovely, though, haven't they? Every single one we've seen.
Yeah. All got their own little personalities.
Absolutely.
That's what I love about dogs, actually, and cats.
Well, yes, I was going to say, hang on a minute. They all have.
They all have their own little personalities.
Exactly.
Definitely. Okay, guys, this was our call for the doggy. Maybe we mix him later in when there's still time for it. But now we come for the topic of the day. And that's again, not from us, it's from a viewer again. People start taking more part and we're very happy about it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Don't stop. Carry on sending us messages with questions and other stuff. We would love to chat. If you would love to chat with us live here in the studio.
That would be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Oh, that would be brilliant.
Yeah, we can't wait for our first real live call. We have had an experimental call from the boss lady, and that worked very well indeed. She was absolutely crystal clear. So your voice too, if you're going to call in, will be crystal clear as well.
What's saying? And you can call us on Skype, and username is StudioKerkyra. So yes, would be lovely to hear from you guys. Definitely. So, and now down to the topic of the day. And it's about Christmas. Of course, it's about Christmas. 1st of December, first chocolate out of the advent calendar is taken.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
Oh, yeah, it's brilliant, man. I got one sent from England.
Yeah, nice.
My mother-in-law sent me an advent calendar.
Yeah.
I'm not sharing.
Good chocolate, though?
Oh, yeah,
sometimes the chocolates in those things sometimes can be really bad.
Yeah.
You not had one that's...
No. My mother-in-law knows which calendar I like.
Okay.
Man, okay, I tell you now. Okay, topic of the day is Xmas, of course. And why it's so commercial. People complaining it's got really commercial, and it's sad. Okay, I don't know, guys. I think the same. It's got really commercial. And when you look at most of the companies, how they abuse the fact it's Christmas. Yeah. It's quite okay.
It is pretty sad. To think that the whole idea of Christmas was to celebrate a birth of a child, really. Yeah. And I mean, going back, it used to be that it would be a very holy kind of period, but it really has just become about presents and how much can you spend and the food and the
it's excess, really, isn't it?
It is a little bit excessive, I think. I think the message is kind of lost.
Absolutely, I think you're right there.
Of peace and goodwill to everybody.
I suppose you could argue, though, that the sort of general commercialisation of Christmas possibly began rather a long time ago with the famous story about Coca-Cola, wasn't it?
Yes.
Painting the Santa red, because before that, St. Nicholas was green, I believe.
He was green, yes. In fact, actually, if you go to certain places in Europe, you'll still see that he is green.
Yes, I think
or
I've
blue
seen one.
Sometimes, actually. There are pictures of him in blue suits as well. But yes, the red Father Christmas is definitely a soft drink manufacturer's ad campaign many years ago, and then it just stuck completely.
Yeah, and now people
can't
wait until the ad comes out every year, yeah?
Yes, a lot of people think, well, Christmas doesn't start until that particular ad campaign comes out.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In England,
Seriously.
it's supposed to be the John Lewis campaign, isn't it? Or Marks and Spencer's and all these big retailers.
Yeah, they all look forward to those. Yes.
Yeah.
I keep reading about this John Lewis Christmas special advert every year. I can't say I've seen it. I don't know. I think this year. No, having said that, I think this year's is a Mr. character under the bed or something.
Isn't it a bit sad though that you're kind of thinking about a commercial
for Christmas?
Exactly.
It's very sad.
Isn't that really sad?
Yes, because it's divorced exactly what you said a minute ago from the whole point of why we've got Christmas in the first place.
Yeah.
Which was not just to celebrate any old child, but
No.
Allegedly the Saviour.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ himself.
Yeah. But
So-
the whole thing of Christmas is, originally, obviously, it's taken from a pagan kind of thing of
yes.
having light within winter.
Exactly.
So that's I'm pretty sure that's the reason that you have trees as well, wasn't it?
The German, the Christmas tree that the British people kind of know sort of came from the Germans in, I was going to say Uncle Albert. No, not Uncle Albert. He was in
Uncle Albert?
Only Fools and Horses. No, not that. But
Join the war.
No, wrong Albert. Terribly sorry, guys. But no, Prince Albert.
That's right. Yeah.
I think he was proliferated the Christmas tree. And as I mentioned the other night, Norway every year, for some very kind reason, give the UK a free Christmas tree that stands resplendent in Trafalgar Square.
I believe that's because of the liberation during the Second World War.
Yes, Norway was a close ally of the UK. In fact, one of the UK's oldest allies, I believe. Although the oldest ally to the UK apparently is Portugal.
Is that right?
Apparently so. That's what I was told at school. I believe that is the case.
Okay.
Although that was a long time ago, as you know.
But that's not Christmas anyway.
No, it's not. And it's certainly not commercialisation.
No.
But
it's amazing how much people spend on Christmas purely on presents
yes,
as well.
I saw a figure of £400 recently, somebody said.
Well,
in
average.
Yes.
On average. Yeah. I think,
Wow.
especially for children, they must, the must-have toy for Christmas.
Yeah.
I believe it's fingerlings in the UK at the moment, which are these little puppets that go on a finger. But, years back it used to be like, I can't remember now, Stretch Armstrong, for instance.
Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, and the
I don't know who he was.
Tamagotchis and Furbies and all these different kind of toys. And it was always like, what's the must-have toy? But they're always so expensive.
Oh, yes, indeed.
And as the children kind of tastes expand, so it's now tablets and
smartphones
and
game consoles.
so
exactly.
It's and if you've got maybe 3 children or something,
mounts up, doesn't it?
It does mount up, and it has become completely commercialised. The whole thing is no longer the message that was supposed to be. And
it's supposed to be the season of goodwill to all men and ladies.
It is.
And I think, I've always thought this, it should be that every day of the year.
It should be. Yeah, not just one day of the year. Every day.
Hear, hear.
Peace on earth and goodwill to everybody.
Exactly,
yeah. But commercialization is really getting extreme nowadays. You see this now just before Christmas is Black Friday. It's ridiculous, no? It's up to Christmas. There's Black Friday, it's one day. But the companies are dragging that out already until 4, 5, 6 days.
4, 5, 6 days, yeah.
After Black Friday, I'm asking myself the question, are we extending Christmas too? So let's have Christmas until the 30th or 31st of December.
I think
and then step into the new year.
Yes, I think
it's Why not? The first Christmas post this year, on a Facebook page. You know when I saw that?
Go on.
September.
Oh
dear, oh dear, oh dear.
First time I saw a Christmas post.
Was that a countdown?
Countdown for Christmas, September.
I had a few of those, yeah.
And if you watch now, most of the bigger companies, they didn't start their Christmas advertising or commercials
that
early when they do normally. So maybe there was something going on. but I can remember the beginning of October, all of a sudden you had Christmas advertising on.
Yeah.
Whoa. No? November I can understand, but not October.
Yeah.
No.
And now extreme, now it's getting really extreme. The more you look, when you look in how much money companies spend for a Christmas advertising, what you said, Adrian.
Like Adrian was saying about the John Lewis ad campaign. Yeah, that must have cost
they do millions.
Quite a lot.
Quite right.
Quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
But the other soft drink manufacturer you haven't mentioned, after he mentioned John Lewis and Marks and Spencer and everybody, we can mention that one too. But is the famous Coca-Cola advertising?
Yes.
Everybody knows that, and they make really a marketing gimmick out of it. They tour with 4 or 5 of these lorries through the UK.
That's right.
Yes.
Stay by big supermarkets or somewhere.
Giving away,
yeah.
Soft beverage.
Soft beverage, but more important, so kids, they have a podium. My goddaughter, Libby.
Yeah.
She went out with mom and goddaughter Claire, and they had the podium, so you can step up on that one and pose on front of the lorry with Santa Claus and take a picture.
That's right, yeah.
Wow, you know, it's when it gets that far.
That's
is
not quite
about
right,
the
is it?
traditional side, and there I like the Portsmouth Christmas market.
Yes.
Was quite a good one. Well, a little bit so German Austrian style Christmas market in Portsmouth every year, and I really enjoyed that. I mean, all the workers understand were Polish, but as well, seriously,
Okay, fair enough.
Were German Christmas market.
Yes.
Middle of Portsmouth, beautiful, laid up nicely, were really, really nice. I can say nothing, no, but not one of them spoke German.
Okay.
So it's were a little bit there, me, and oh, you know, nice. Let's see some bockwurst, get something going. Let's see what they have on barbecues in this, and then, yeah, there's no German there to talk to. But they tried their best, and this was a nice experience. Little bit chilly, but you don't care.
No.
You know, so it's.
I have to say that the Christmas markets in Germany are amazing. They are really, really amazing. Hamburg, I believe, has the most, over 40 Christmas markets within Hamburg.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golly.
And one of the biggest as well.
Biggest as well. Yeah. I mean, but Scandinavia, when you go Helsinki, what the? I have to bring you guys a picture.
Helsinki.
Wow. That's for me. That's the prettiest Christmas market worldwide.
Yeah.
Whole Helsinki turns into a Christmas market.
Oh.
You go all these lights, wow, unbelievable. Really, really nice. I will find a picture for you guys and I will bring you one in.
Oh, lovely.
You have to see that
Great.
just before Christmas to get this up. But back commercialization of, most of the big companies are targeting now, like the game console companies.
Game consoles,
they putting the releases for games. They're putting releases for consoles so close to Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, Apple is doing the same with the iPhone again.
Yep.
No? iPhone 10.
Yeah.
It came now for Christmas and every.
You can buy it as a present.
Yeah, buy as a present. Get me €1,000 iPhone, please.
Yes,
Wow.
Yes, please.
We'd all have one of those, I'm sure.
Yeah,
please.
definitely.
You also notice that the big cinema releases are done near Christmas as well, which also goes on the same kind of thing, isn't it? It's the trying to feed off of the back of Christmas. Really,
Yeah.
you know, so you can put those toys out there, you can do all those things, and then you can go and see the cinema release as well.
Release as well, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
quite, but
it does sadden me slightly that we kind of commercialise it.
I mean, I think most extreme it must be in London at Christmas. Or Adrian, you a Londoner, you have fond memory of Christmas.
Yes, London's festooned with Christmas decorations. Regent Street particularly was always a spectacular sight to behold. Oxford Street had lasers quite often, and Piccadilly Circus, I should point out, has now got a fabulous array of new lights. They're supposed to be amongst the most brightest illuminated advertising display screens anywhere in the world, outside of Japan, I believe.
Advertising, there you go.
Advertising, yes, exactly. Commercial, good point. But London, no, it puts on lots of Christmas decorations, and people are usually in a jolly Christmas spirit. And, of course, in London does its fantastic fireworks display on New Year's Eve. But as to your point about the commercialisation regarding London, I don't think it's anything more than any other big city with lots of shops. Of course, London does have one little thing up its sleeve, a trump card if you like, and that is Hamleys, which is billed as one of the world's greatest toy shops. It's certainly one of the oldest and most well-established toy shops in the middle of Regent Street. They put on a jamboree, I think a couple of weeks ago, and they got into trouble from the police because 60,000 people turned up, and I don't think they were ready for 60,000. And I think the police had a terrible time trying to sort them all out in Regent Street. Yeah. I think they were promoting robotic toys and things like that, I think. It's quite a high-tech place. I remember going in there, absolutely decades ago, after a model railway. I didn't get one, but it was nice to see them because I think it was on the 3rd floor. I think it's about 6 floors in Hamleys. It's a jolly big shop, absolutely huge. But I think on one of the floors, the whole space had been given over to all these model railways, and there was one in... Oh, it was amazing. I mean, it just went on forever. Incredible. But you'd have to be a very wealthy person indeed to afford all that lot.
Yeah. I think I went there once, and they had... The thing that really amazed me was they had like scaled down Land Rovers, or Range Rovers, I think it was, but proper little scaled down ones. They were, God knows how much they were. They were like £12,000 or something.
Really?
Yeah, something like that.
I saw something similar in Harrods.
Yes.
1 year. Yeah. I said, wow, they had the Jaguar in there.
Yeah, scaled down.
Scaled down, really scaled down Jaguar, but working. There's a real engine in there, petrol in there, everything, and was around, I think, over £20,000 on the price tag for that. So
that's steep. But I should point out that in shops like Hamleys, they do sell things for a much cheaper price.
Oh, of course they do.
You can get things for under £5, for instance, I seem to remember. So it's well worth going to have a look. And London is beautiful at Christmas. Thomas, some of the shops down Oxford Street, fabulous window displays. But, of course, they are in other places. I know Amsterdam and Prague as well. I think I've been there because it's lovely, you know.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I mean, we have to get somebody in and see how is Christmas here. You know how is Corfu down? Okay, we know there will be a Christmas market again. Hopefully, I'm just looking where we can find information about it. But they had one last year. But also, what is with Athens? What is with Thessaloniki?
Yes.
I would love to know from people if there's anybody out there near Athens, Thessaloniki, or in that fact anywhere else in Greece. Please send us pictures in. I would love to see different Christmas markets in Greece. Athens for sure has one. Thessaloniki for sure has one. I would love to see images of that and know a little bit more. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. But this island here, Christmas is a beautiful time. It's
certainly is.
And it's not so commercial here, is it?
No, that's a nice thing on
Good
Corfu.
point.
It's not that extreme. Nice,
Yeah, it's all about family and
very much so.
Community.
But that's to me the traditional good values of Christmas, isn't it?
Indeed, yes.
And looking after your neighbour that may not be so fortunate as yourself. You know, share your Christmas dinner with someone. That's always a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
No, definitely. No, it's a fantastic time here. So our Christmas commercialization is all. Yeah, when you look at the States, no, it's terrible.
Yes, I mean,
It's I'm just thinking it's being abused.
Isn't it?
It's being so abused at Christmas. And what they try to sell you, and what they, it's when you see the stands popping up everywhere. It's the spirit. I don't have a problem. You know, Christmas markets. What annoys me on Christmas markets, why we talk commercially, they really try to sell commercially anything they can get their hands on for Christmas.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yeah, I know.
And then you walk into a Christmas market, and one of the first stands you see is with plastic toys. There's pistols, there's machine guns, there's swords, and you know, somehow I have to a little bit common sense what I sell at Christmas. There's so much homemade stuff, and that's what I want to get on now here on the island. There's so many Christmas fairs on Corfu. So if you really interested, go into the different groups here in Corfu, from the Grapevine to I Love Corfu, to Corfu Down, to Corfu Central and South. Just type Corfu and you will see how many groups are there. And every group has another Christmas event advertised. There's the baking sale. So there's one event, there's just Christmas bakery somewhere on the island.
Sounds good.
That's one to mark in the calendar. But there's also others where handmade, where artists, craftsmen come and sell their stuff they make throughout the summer, throughout the year, especially for Christmas, and local Christmas markets or local fairs. Go on to the groups, go on to Facebook, have a look for the groups. They are advertised, and we will look for a couple and see if we can plug in the next this month a few Christmas fairs, not just happening here in Ayers Madeus, but also in other parts of the beautiful island Corfu. Simple.
Marvellous.
Wow, hey?
Yeah. Sounds tasty to me too.
I agree with you about the plastic guns and things like that. I've never given those as a present to anybody.
No,
my nieces and nephews probably really didn't like the presents that I gave them, but I gave them books. Because I believe that,
you're one of the uncles who gives them educational things.
I do, yes.
Good for you, Wayne. No, good for you.
Unfortunately, well, I'm pretty sure that they probably didn't like them, but I mean, I'm personally, it was something that it was given from the heart, and I thought, would be better than.
And you never know, in 30, 40 years' time, that very book might still be lurking around with your name inscribed inside, and they will forevermore think of you.
Maybe. You never know.
I'm sure they will.
Of course they will.
Probably used as ramps for cars to go up.
For the cars they're getting for Christmas.
What
are they called? Matchbox?
Yeah, Matchbox. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. And
Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels.
Not that I know my Matchbox cars at all. Some of those are worth a fortune now. Do you know?
Yeah. Can you
Some
imagine?
of the original ones.
Still in the original package.
If they're in the original boxes, they're worth a lot of money.
So it's another thing for your Christmas ideas. Just don't unwrap them. If there's something interesting, you really want to play with it, resist, put this in a cupboard for 30 years. It can be worth lots of money. Thinking of the future.
I know. I wish I'd have kept some of my... I had some records when I was younger, back in the 70s, from Thunderbirds.
Oh,
Jerry Anderson,
marvelous
thing.
Yeah,
Marionation, I think it was called, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And those records are now worth a small fortune.
Really?
Yeah. But you grow out of these things.
Yeah.
You grow out of these things. You go, I don't want that anymore. You become a teenager and you go, I want to listen to. Well, it was me. I was Jimi Hendrix and.
Tom Waits.
Tom Waits and Velvet Underground and things like that.
Oh, splendid.
Oh, look, he's waking up.
Yes, I woke up at that one. Yes.
So, I kind of got rid of them. And then a few years later, I was looking through, I can't remember which publication it was. Maybe it was Mojo or something like that, the record collectors.
Yeah, Mojo.
And I looked down the list, and there were a few of my records that I'd gotten rid of, and they were like £200, £300.
Really?
Yeah, they can go higher. I tell you that. I mean, my mate in England, no. Hello, Tim. If you're watching, I hope I will see you next year on this island. Well, you know Tim too.
Yes, hello, Tim.
Yeah. So
I don't. But hello, Tim.
So Tim, we expect to see you next year on the island. He's collecting records. He has quite a substantial collection of records. He clocked onto that one in earlier years.
They're coming back.
Wow, and they're coming back definitely.
Vinyl's coming back.
Totally.
Yes. What were you saying, Adrian?
I was saying that in Japan, they've built. I mean, Sony have invested large sums of money, millions. In fact, just under 100 million, I believe, in producing or creating a state-of-the-art vinyl manufacturing facility.
Wow.
And I think there are other record labels doing the same thing. But there's been a tremendous surge. In fact, it's one of the growth industries in the music industry, actually, is vinyl sales. And that's lovely to know, isn't it?
It is.
Because you can't beat the rich tone of a vinyl record, in my humble opinion.
No, I agree. I absolutely agree. But I suppose when the CD first came out, it was it was so new and everything. Everybody's like, oh, fantastic. And then MP3 came out, and everybody went, I don't want a CD anymore.
It all changed quickly.
It all changed very quickly. What I did used to love from vinyl was the when you used to get a gatefold sleeve.
Oh yes, all the artwork and everything.
Artwork in it, and sometimes you get a cover not just the plain one, but you'd get some artwork on the cover of
some of them are
the
amazing.
sleeve.
Yeah, a friend of mine had a PIL special album.
Oh yeah,
and it came in the shape and the colour of a film spool, and it was just wonderful. Cost him a fortune, I think. Don't know what happened to it.
You used to get picture discs as well, didn't you?
Or laser discs, was that? Or was that something else?
No, picture discs. You used to actually get picture discs. So maybe you'd get a special shaped record that you could play, but not very well, to be honest.
Well, the quality wasn't that brilliant.
No, the quality wasn't good, but you didn't buy it for the quality. You bought it for the image that you would have on it. I remember buying a friend of mine a limited edition Lord of the Rings by Ralph Bakshi, the original 1976 film animation, which was part animation, part live action. And I bought the soundtrack for them, and it cost me at the time. I think it cost me about £50 for the.
Blimey, yes, that's quite a lot, isn't it?
But it was lovely. It was a really nice still from the movie, from that movie.
Great.
I don't know if anybody actually knows that one, do they? By Ralph Bakshi.
I have no idea.
It was unfinished. It was the Lord of the Rings. He ran out of money. Halfway through the second book. But it was a whole animation. He used a whole new technique of combining animation and live action.
Wow, that's really fascinating. And this was in 1976, you say?
76, I think it was. I might be wrong. Somebody will tell me if I'm wrong. I'm sure they will. Maybe it was later, 77, 79, I don't know. But yeah, quite a good film if you ever get to see it. I quite like it.
It's for sure.
But it was the one Lord of the Rings before the Peter Jackson one. Yeah.
You like that as well, don't you?
I do like that. Yeah, I have the limited edition. 4.5 hours each, I think they are. Each film.
Is that when you came to stay one time in a house when I was living in Shropshire, and I never saw you for the whole weekend because you were upstairs watching on the big screen the whole of the Lord of the Rings?
You did have a rather big screen.
I know. I can't imagine what I was doing when you were watching that. But anyway, yes, I know you enjoyed it, didn't you? Yeah.
It's good.
Oh, how brilliant! That's the commercialization of Christmas.
Yeah, we got.
We got completely off it.
Slight tangent there.
Now you know, I give you the reason why, because we live here on Corfu, and here on Corfu, it's not really that commercialized.
No.
It's such a nice break from the whole thing you hear. They celebrate Christmas, of course they do, but you know, it's all more community-based.
And family.
Family, exactly.
Definitely.
And how it should be, how brilliant.
Yeah, that's what Christmas is all about. Is about family,
and friends and community.
Friends.
Yeah. Holding together,
being good to each other.
Yeah, and the year is nearly over, so of course a slow chill out before the year changes into the new one.
Exactly.
Simple as that. But Corfu for sure. You want a Christmas, where we got this question about commercialization. You hate commercialization for Christmas, then don't go any further, don't think anymore, don't research, nothing. Just book a ticket and come here to Corfu, and you will have some proper Christmas.
Oh, yes.
Is it true?
Well, we'll make sure you have a proper Christmas if you come and visit us here in our lovely studios at Agus Mateus.
Exactly. No, I'm right.
Well, of course, Thomas.
Yeah.
Of course I'm right, no? Christmas here, okay, I mean, when did you have Christmas here? A couple of years ago on the beach, Christmas Day. You don't have to have snow always. It depends the people around you.
Absolutely.
Not the condition, what is just if the weather is good or bad, it doesn't matter. You have the right people around you for Christmas. Who cares?
There is one thing I'd say, though. At Christmas time, the worst scenario is if you're alone. I think when you spend Christmas entirely on your own, it's a kind of extra sad moment. Unlike other times during the year. I'm saying this because one year, a long time ago, I did that myself, and it is a very strange, lonely experience.
It is. I have to say that I used to experience it quite a lot. Because
you're on tour, no?
I used to be on tour, yeah. I used to be working in Panto around the country. So, you know, everybody else would go off to their families. But because I don't drive, it would be a problem. So, there's no public transport, and usually I would have a show on Boxing Day in the afternoon, so there's no point in travelling. So I did used to spend my Christmas evenings and Christmas days pretty much alone. And you get used to it. Kind of get some beer in.
Get some beer.
Get some beer. Find somewhere that does a Christmas
an advantage
dinner,
too. So all the Christmas pies you bought for you, everything food-wise for Christmas you buy, it's for you. How brilliant! You sit at home, you have all this Christmas food, all these things, and you just enjoy by yourself.
I have to say that there were points that you really, really do get that kind of bluesy feeling.
Yeah.
You do get that kind of bluesy feeling.
That's normal at Christmas, I think.
Yeah.
Everybody gets that throughout the Christmas season. Definitely for once. Definitely. Yeah, it's memories. How many fond memories we all have from our childhood at Christmas.
Yes.
Come on.
Absolutely.
There's many good things going on. Okay, sometimes it doesn't really matter. Now it's for us to make our Christmas. That's the important thing. But commercialization, I'm full with it. I didn't want to leave their name. But no, definitely, it's some taking it too far. Some companies really taking it too far, and
I agree with that.
It's just about money making and getting money in, and that's not.
That's not what Christmas is about.
I'll tell you a good story about Christmas, and that's Charles Dickens's A Christmas Carol.
Oh,
there's
Christmas
a very good.
Carol?
Yep, there's a very
from
good.
Charles Dickens.
By Charles Dickens.
Exactly. I just said, yeah. It's a very good story, though, because it gets across, by the end of the book, the real nub of Christmas and what it actually means at Christmas time. Very good read.
Definitely Charles Dickens, no?
Yes.
From Portsmouth.
He is. Yes,
born
he was.
in Portsmouth.
Yes.
Come on.
He was born in the Charles Dickens Birthplace Museum, which is part of the old town of Portsmouth, and it's still standing, which is a miracle because most of the buildings in and around it were demolished in the Second World War, sadly. Bombs and whatnot. Yeah. But the building itself is still there, and I have very happy memories of being there and reading Dickens to unsuspecting passers-by.
It's in Old Commercial Road.
It is, that's right. I've had temporarily forgotten, but thank you very much for reminding me. What was a little bit daunting was that when I did these readings, you were standing in just below a portrait of Charles Dickens.
Okay.
And I always wondered whether I was doing the great man justice.
I'm sure you were.
I don't know about that, but I do know it was wonderful to be able to read Dickens at Christmas, because there is something extra specially Christmas about Dickens at Christmas, I think.
Yes, definitely.
No, you're totally right. There is something special. Dickens, I mean, of course. But what interests me now, you done readings at the birthplace of Dickens.
I did.
Oh, fantastic. And how is it? Tell a little bit, just quick, tell how was it? What is
I was lucky enough to do it twice a year. I did it about 2 or 3 years running. It was wonderful, very nice to be invited. Christmas time it was Christmas Carol, and during the summer we read Oliver Twist. And these things would be advertised. I think if I remember right, it was 2 or 3 times a week. Saturday was one of them, and they'd be advertised in the local area. And there was about 20 seats in the room, if I remember rightly. When I first arrived there, I thought, cool, never going to fill this. But do you know what? About 5 minutes before I was due to start, suddenly there was dozens of people there, standing room only. I mean, one day I particularly remember there just wasn't enough room in the room for all the people.
Fabulous.
It was. I used to get dressed up a bit, and I think there was an odd mince pie lurking about as well, which was very tasty.
Very good.
But it was a great occasion, a great feeling, and I always felt quite in awe, really, standing below his portrait, knowing that in the very next room was the actual bed that he was born in.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Quite something, actually. And that, to be fair to the keepers of the Charles Dickens Birthplace Museum in Old Commercial Road, they've done a wonderful job in preserving it and keeping it the flavour. I think you can actually sense the flavour.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's brilliant. I think we should try to get some of this flavour this year here to StudioKerkyra into Ios Mateos and share this with the people around the island, in fact around the world.
That would be lovely, Thomas. Absolutely. Yes.
We can for sure organize something. You were speaking before something, so let's see, and we for sure.
I was, and well, just so you know that I'm not lying. There you go. Can you see that?
Of course we can see it. Oh, see, here we go.
There you go. That's the
Here
one.
we go.
And
He got it.
We may be doing a little bit of reading at some point before Christmas. We don't know yet. We'll see. See what you if you want to. If you would like to hear us read a bit of Dickens, let us know. If you don't, equally let me know, and I'll keep quiet. I'll keep my big mouth shut. Stum. But no, Dickens is very Christmassy, and we'd like to spread the love at Christmas. The love, yes. Well, there is love in Dickens. That's the most amazing thing. Because his character Scrooge starts off as being probably the most detestable person you could ever wish to have around you at Christmas. But by the end of the story, it is... Well, I'm not going to tell you. You'll just have to wait and see.
Because nobody knows what happens.
Anyway,
obviously not. Well, they might have forgotten. Too much Christmas spirit and cheer, you know.
Yeah.
We can remind them, though, can't we?
Yeah, we can throw our own little twist on it, can't we?
Oliver Twist.
Very good story. Very good story. Do you know, I must tell you something. In Oliver Twist, there is a passage, I mean, there's loads of passages, but Dickens was always known for his incredible gift of being able to so beautifully and eloquently and accurately describe the most extraordinary scene just in words. He painted the most evocative picture you can imagine. And there's this one scene in Oliver Twist that's describing a part of London down by the Thames. And it's so vivid, it is so extraordinarily well written that when you come to read it, you actually, I think, you actually begin to smell, or you think you're beginning to smell those streets, smell those washing lines and all the rest of it. It's just incredible. One day, I'll show you what I mean.
Yeah. It's a very good book, actually.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah. But anyway, Christmas Carol, marvellous story, and it's just what you want on a cold winter's Christmassy evening.
Absolutely.
Oh, so, and that's that. No, you're definitely right, Adrian. Definitely, and I'm looking forward to that. And two more. So let's have a very good Christmas this year, huh?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Have you hung your stocking up yet, Thomas?
No, I'm not that far, man.
It's a bit early.
It's a bit early, is it?
Yeah, it's a bit early.
I'm a little bit premature, am I? Well, I don't know. I just thought maybe, not everyone... Does everyone hang them up at the same time? And some people probably don't hang any stockings up at all.
Maybe. Some people, I know people used to use pillows as well.
Oh,
pillowcases.
Yes. So I can't afford stockings of pillowcases. No, man, but no, this year I got a fireplace where I can put the stockings up. We got nice handmade Christmas stockings, man. And we will get these Christmas stockings up. Even for the doggies, we got Christmas stockings.
Nice.
So everybody has a Christmas stocking, and I'm looking forward to get them filled.
Cool. Wonderful.
Cool. Okay, guys, we're nearly done again.
Really?
I know. Heavens. Time flies so quick when you have a brilliant conversation.
When you're having fun.
Yes, it's always great fun to be here, broadcasting live across the world on Internet Protocol Television from our wonderful studio here in Agis Mateus on the beautiful Ionian island of Corfu. It's just so lovely. I love saying that.
I know.
Excuse me, sorry, apologies, but you know.
Signomi.
Signomi, yes, Signomi. F. Aristopoli.
Okay then. Let's get on with the events quickly. We got a couple of events coming up, yeah?
Yes, we have.
So what's the first?
Which one did you want? Shall I do the Astronomical Society?
Yeah, get on with the Astronomical Society.
So, I find this quite funny.
Okay.
Not funny, but I mean,
I know what you mean.
Appropriate.
Yeah.
The Astronomical Society of Corfu are having a lecture on the 4th of December, which is Monday, I believe, at 9 o'clock at the Municipality of Corfu, and it's a lecture by Dr. Marius Anagnostou, who's a hydrometeorologist.
Oh yes.
And the lecture is Extreme Hydrometeorological Phenomena and Climate Change.
Oh, that's a good one.
Which I think is quite appropriate, seeing as the weather's like
it is. Well picked.
It's perfect.
Well picked one.
Yeah, extreme hydrometeorological phenomena and climate change.
Do you think they're going to invite Donald Trump along?
Well, he doesn't believe in climate change.
No, but he should come along, and then maybe he will.
Maybe he will.
If it's a jolly good lecture, they might, change his mind.
Yeah.
Cool. And you're so lucky you're not working in the White House, because now you would have been sacked.
Yes, for mentioning climate change.
For mentioning climate change.
That is very true. Yes,
Yeah.
I told you that, didn't I?
Yeah,
They sent
I
out a
know.
directive in all departments in the White House that the word climate change must not appear anywhere. It does not exist. And you would be sacked instantly if you were to communicate such a word.
Yeah.
I mean, really, come on, guys.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Of course it is. Anyone heard of the Paris Accord? No? Bonsoir to our French friends, by the way.
So that's on Monday. That's 9 o'clock at the municipality of Corfu, and it's free to the public.
Oh, excellent.
Which is fabulous.
What would like?
And extreme hydrometeorological phenomena and climate change is the lecture. I have to say, whenever I hear the word phenomena, I always think do 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 phenomena. I'm sorry. I always do.
Oh,
Sorry.
Good tune.
Yeah, that's
Anyway, that's that one.
Brilliant. Okay, and on to the next one. What is the next one? I think the next one is a very important one, isn't it?
Oh, it's the is it Rita?
Event.
Yes.
And no, this is the blood singer, isn't it?
Oh yes, sorry, the
Don't
blood
forget
bank.
the blood bank.
Yes,
yeah, don't
that's
forget
right.
the blood bank. Here it is, and this is also to find in the animerossi.com if you need any more information.
It just went slightly out of focus there, Thomas, just for a second.
Is it really gone out of
And
focus?
it is a little bit still.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think it
slightly.
looks good.
We
All
had
right,
it
okay.
in focus.
All right, okay.
You had it in focus, now it's out focus. I got it in focus. I don't
Okay.
know why you got it out focus.
That's the blood bank. That's happening December the 5th, which is the Tuesday, which is World Volunteer Day as well, by the way.
Yeah,
Right.
excellent.
Okay, that's 10 o'clock in the morning until 1 p.m. And that's at the Evgenius Vulgarius steps. That's on in front of those.
Evangelis Vulgarius Street, this is pedestrian precinct, and this
Yeah.
starts at 10 a.m. in the morning and finishes at 1 p.m.
1 p.m., yeah.
And it's voluntary. It's the 5th year that they're doing this in Corfu. So
That's great.
they organize this very well.
Yeah.
Excellent. On to the next one. Now is your Rita.
Okay.
Oh, no?
Yep.
Yeah. Boom, and here we go.
So that's Rita Antonopoulou.
Yeah.
And that's... Oh,
This is on Saturday, the 2nd
that's
of
it.
December at the Seven Arts venue. I think it's free honest too, the Seven Arts venue. But
Yep.
log on and you can see that. So this is Rita Antonopoulou. And
For Doris Economy.
very known pianist.
He is, yes.
Cinematic music. And then, okay, yeah, that's Seven Arts on Saturday, the 2nd of December.
It is.
And the other thing we have is
Yep, Silverland.
Silverland again.
Yep. So Silverland, they're going to have Santa and pony rides, and he's going to be giving out presents.
Yep.
And
this is happening
on the 3rd, which is Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
It's 11:30 in the morning, and it's free to go.
Yeah.
Hooray.
So
It's free for the whole family.
yeah,
Perfect.
for the whole family. I think that's a perfect thing.
Yeah, you
hope,
can't get
hope
any
they're
better.
not washed out by the weather though.
Or
That's
too
it.
much mud.
Or too much mud. But I believe that they actually have an indoor arena, so it should
So
be
it
fine.
should be nice and dry.
Yeah, it
no,
should
I'll
be
give
nice
it a
and
go, especially for the whole family. Free entry, how perfect. To enjoy with the
that's great.
family a nice, cheap day.
Yeah. And lots
Out.
of horses.
Lots of horses, it's for sure. No, it's brilliant. I think it's a nice idea, and let's see what else is
We're out of
coming up.
focus now.
Okay. Then is this the television and not that thing. Yeah, all right.
All right.
Okay, guys. That's all we had on events today.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's brilliant. We, of course, give you up to date with other events happening all around this island, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
And, guys, anything else you would like to say to our viewers?
Well, only that keep watching and sending in your suggestions and questions, and it'd be lovely to talk to you. It would be so wonderful, wouldn't it, to be sitting here and having a live conversation with a viewer, not just possibly in Corfu, but somewhere else in the world.
Anywhere.
I mean, there's loads of lovely Greek people in lots of other countries a very long way away from here, and we'd love to hear from someone, say, in America or Canada or in London.
Or Australia.
But there's a very, very large, vociferous Greek community living in London, and we'd absolutely love to hear from you. Well, I would. But from anywhere across the world, don't hesitate to give us a ring, email us, just contact us. And, of course, if you're here on the island, you're very welcome to pop in and see us in the flesh, as it were. Well, kind of.
You might be lucky and Adrian might make you a coffee.
Yes, I might indeed.
Only if you're very lucky, though.
Yeah, well, it's worth a challenge. If you come here, I probably will make you a coffee, because I'll be so surprised to see anybody. So it'd be great. Yes, of course I will.
Oh, excellent, guys. Okay. Oh, that's it for the day again.
No.
Another 2 hours gone. How quick did it go?
We're just getting warmed up, Thomas.
I mean, I'm trying out. I know, he's always waking up later in the day.
Yes, I've just woken up now. Whoa. Sorry about last night, folks. It was one of those days, you know. Maybe it was the storm, the weather, atmospherics got soaked the grey cells or something.
I know what it was last night, yeah.
What was
this
that?
Is you didn't have time to Lavazza eyes.
I didn't have all my
in your eyes yourself before the program.
We do drink a lot of coffee, guys, here. As you can see, we've got some new cups saying I love coffee.
I know,
which we do.
He's all proud of his
course,
cups.
We'd love to hear if you're a coffee manufacturer or a supplier or a distributor. We'd absolutely love to hear from you. It doesn't matter whether you're Lavazza or Illy or any firm whatsoever. Just please don't hesitate to just donate your lovely coffee to us, because it'll keep us going. And then that way you might get an even better quality night shift out of us. You never know. It's worth a try, guys. Come on.
Fair enough. It's worth a try.
I think you're right. Yeah, it's okay. Let's finish on that note.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, guys. No, that's another night shift done. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for taking part. Keep your questions coming or suggestions what to do on this beautiful island. If you want to talk to us, write to us at nightshift@StudioKerkyra.com. Log on to our Facebook page, StudioKerkyra.com, or one day maybe you want to call live in. Send us a message. Also Facebook and Skype. Username StudioKerkyra. So once more the email address for you, so you don't forget until Monday. It's nightshift@StudioKerkyra.com. We would love to hear from you. Yeah, and now the only thing to say is thank you very much for a fantastic week. People, have a fantastic weekend. First Christmas weekend, isn't it?
Yes.
Advent weekend. Fantastic. Have a fantastic weekend for me.
And it's a very good night from me, and I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and Kala Nikta.
And a fabulous weekend. Have a fabulous weekend from me, and keep on smiling. Kala Nikta.
Kala Nikta, everybody. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye.
Bye.